Yeah, there's something I forgot. And this is for the producers out there who make music, who understand the music. I've been hearing a lot of artists, these labels been getting these artists, artists, I mean, is in producers who make a whole bunch of beats. And the mixtape game is messed up because a lot of these producers will make original beats and call it as a mixtape. And then some of these labels and A&Rs will take the beats, copyright the beats, own the beats, and turn around and make publishing off them. First thing, that goes back to mechanical licensing. As a producer, cover yourself on all your music, even when you do mixtapes, because you don't know if it's a hit. Just because somebody cashes you out, you really own the beat. You're just leasing it. 9 times out of 10, when you do a song and it's hot with an artist, you guys going 50-50. You guys came together and did that. Then you break it down off how much you're going to give another artist, if it's 1 point, 2 points, whatever. You guys negotiate that out. That's you guys' business. But at the same time, cover yourself, producers. Because mechanical licensing really works for all of us. Like I said, producers, poets, battle rappers, singers, MCs, comedians. You don't think Kevin Hart ain't covering himself? You don't think they covered themselves? Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, when they did the Kings of Comedy? Come on, bruh. That's why I say Spike Lee, come holla at us. Come holla at a poet. This is all I have is my poetry and knowledge of business. And just want to be able to do it right, be able to expand my mind and help people and educate them on this poetry. I wrote books, but I never published them. Why? Because I always wanted to work with one company. And that one company is MTV Publishing because they're tied into the school systems. All the schools, all the college and universities. That's the best tours. To be honest, if you are a poet, the best tours are the college tours. Promise you that. And you got to be a hot artist. If not just a hot artist, have a message. Have something, and make sure it's always uplifting. Don't always make it sorrow to people just to give in to sorrow. Always be uplifting. But I'm getting off subject, but it's about the producers. Cover yourself. Stop giving your beats to giving your beats. You're really leasing them. Whatever your price is, that's your business. But cover yourself, because mechanical licensing works for all of us. Even with our vocals, visuals, understanding streaming is the new thing. Everybody's downloading. Everybody got a phone. Like me, I'm on my iPhone recording all this. It's just simple. I like it. I enjoy it. And my son got me motivated now to really inspire the people, And really who also inspired me is Hollow the Don, having a conversation with him, want to expand who he is, And I feel like we have to do this for all of us, I'm doing this for everybody, not just for myself, because I could just sit back and just play video games and be that OG and that cool uncle, that cool big brother, that cool friend to everybody, And that's just what I am. I just try to just love the world for what it's worth. Man, and yeah, to my partners out there, man, stop saying I look like Ty Dolla $ign, man. I do not look like Ty Dolla $ign. He looks like me. And is he my brother? Maybe in spirit, yes. In bloodline, I don't even know. But let's work together, Ty, see where that goes. I'm a poet. Let me get a couple intros. Let's build. We the green-eyed bandits of the West Coast. Let's keep it real. I'm in the Yay, you in LA. It's all in sequence. I got my publishing, and I know you got yours. It's Taylor Gang. They need a poet. Holla at them. But besides that, cover yourself, producers. And my real one, my day one, Rick Rock, that's my day one. You know what I'm saying? He dropped a jewel on me a long time ago. And I said, how did you get your publishing? He said, I did that song with RBL and Mystical. And they got at me about my publishing. It's been on ever since. And that's what with the majors. And you see what he been doing. He been dropping hits. He drops hits. And the game has changed because it don't need to change. It should have stayed the same way. It's like you have to build it back up again. It's like digital is the new thing. Everybody's making beats off the computer, not from scratch and this and all that. And the prices have changed because it's not a reinsurance. No, it's a reinsurance if you're dealing with the right people, the right team. So being a great producer is who you are. It's an art. Same way as me as a writer. I am a writer. I am a poet. I am a griot. I am a motivational speaker. I speak to the world, and I love what I do, you know. And this is an artist service announcement. And I did this for the producers because I felt like I forgot to speak on them more and more about who they are. And also, like, made me even speak more. I'm not just speaking for myself. And I thank you, Hollow the Down, for inspiring me in conversation. I thank my son for inspiring me. I thank Disaster for dropping his input, you know. But I know he was more angry and whatnot. And I feel like me as an OG had to step out there, you know, and do what I had to do. To drop the jewels that need to be dropped. You know, people could be mad at me because I'm spreading the knowledge, but we all got a death date, bruh. Why can't we all enjoy the world together? Why can't we all support one another, you know? Because I know one day, it might be 5 years from now, it might be 10 years from now. It's going to be King of the Dot versus URL, and that's going to be the biggest event, I promise you, you know? And I would love to do the same thing for poetry, you know? Have one of the biggest events where it's once a month for poetry, or if it's every week, I don't know, however they did Def Poetry Jam, we could do it even better, you know? But make the poets be the producers of the show. They deserve it. Let them have their mechanical license. Let them get their points. They can get their performance fee. All that. You know, people don't think there's money in poetry. There's money in poetry. You know what I'm saying? You know, from book writing to performing, schools, travel, you create the show. You make people want to come out. Because there's enough people around the world. Because if the government is funding these schools for brave new voices and you speaks and says, come on, there's money in it. We just ain't creating a platform for the kids after they graduated. As far as I know, 96 is when You Speak started. It's 2018. All them kids that were 14, 19 are 36 and 41 now. The demographics has changed, and they're still shipping these kids in schools, teaching them poetry, and shipping them out like taxes. I see more kids fall in love with poetry quicker than girls putting their kids on somebody else's taxes. And the government's getting money, giving money to these schools so they can pay these poet instructors or, you know, or what they call them in school, to help these kids. And see, it should be more tied in the schools to where the teachers who teach English and the poets that are helping in poetry should find out which kids have a hard time reading, because they become great writers and know how to speak and talk and memorize what they're reading. That same formula goes into education. That's what sometimes people don't make it click. But that's a whole different topic to talk about. But I just came on here one more time for the poets, for the producers. And I had to drop jewels for the poets because I'm about to start something on poetry because that's what I'm really on. But I'm always going to drop an artist service announcement to big up people. It might be artists. It might be the downfall, you know, how we can make it better, how we can rise out of all this, you know. Because, you know, right now, you know, it is what it is. Right now, who's rocking the hardest to me, music-wise, it's 3 people. Who got the best music that sounds clarity and all that? Rick Ross. All day, hands down. I'm on my Rick Ross. Who the hottest underground nigga right now? Sacktown, Mactown, all day. Mozzie, he the hottest right now. Facts. But who the hottest? Kendrick. You know, congratulations, Kendrick, doing what you do, you know. One day poetry may be there, you know. It might not be done by me. I'm just an elder in the game, just trying to keep it pushing and make sure every kid has a dream. Because when I came in this world, we had no dreams. We had to create dreams. And my dream is make sure poetry has a voice, you know, have a voice, as well as every artist, understanding the business and creating business. But I thank you. This is an artist service announcement, not a public service announcement, an artist service announcement. Give you something to think about if you feel you are an artist. And an artist, the first 3 letters let you know you must have an art, you know, to be an artist. But thank you. I love you all. Hope you love me back. It's 2018 and beyond. We gonna make it. This is part 5. Didn't think there was gonna be a part 5. But thank you. Let's do what we do.